know my name. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Oh, big time, big time, big time.
Eagles Nation, what's up? It's your boy Prime on Rolling with Prime. This is episode 3. My guest today, the man's on fire. All right, he's got some serious skills. He speaks facts. He's just like nonstop. This is that time of the year where, he acts like a big kid, and I can relate. Jimmy Smith, on the road to victory. Welcome to the show, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with me tonight. How you been, man?
Dude, I can't wait to be a part of this. I can't believe you had me on episode 3. I've been enjoying the first 2 episodes. So thank you very much, first and foremost. But I'm doing great. Like you said, like a kid in a candy store. The draft, months and months of work we all did over there at 4th and Jawn. We all, got the fruits of our labor. We see Devontae Smith excitement. We're excited for the young guys. So I'm feeling excited today, man. I can't wait to see what we talk about, man. So thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, bro. Like I said, you're like on fire. I've been watching a lot of your shows this past week. For those that don't know, Jimmy's got his podcast on the road to victory. You guys get a chance, go check him out. He's got so much to talk about because the Eagles have been giving him reason to talk about a lot of stuff. He's talking about the draft. We had the schedule that came out yesterday. We're going to touch a little bit about that later on. But yeah, man, the fact that you're lighting it up, man. Congratulations for real, man. It's just like I'm just getting started, but I'm definitely looking to be at that level that you're at right now, man. But with that being said, like what gave you that push to be where you're at right now and even get the thing started with the podcast?
Well, it's funny what you just said there. You're just getting started, but like I told you before, I'm always here for you, want to help you. I'm just trying to put in as much work as I possibly can. And it's kind of that each one teach one. And, our good pal, Gail, when I first, I had some health issues, almost passed away. Some things happened. And I used the Eagles as an escape. So I created a group somewhere to just talk about. And I just started using social media. So it was a fun way to get things out. And it just so happened to be the Super Bowl year. So I was using perseverance. And, I persevered, survived, and then it kind of just started growing. Everybody's like, oh, my God, you called Nick Foles being the perfect backup, like, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I'm going to keep going. But I met Gail, and Gail just kept pushing me. And then he just was like, you know what? Why don't you start writing for us? And he just kept giving me little crumbs, and I kept picking them up. And, having my family, my girlfriend, Chelsea, she pushed me the hardest to even start the group in the first place. So I was lucky enough to meet Gail. And, we all know how we feel about the birds, right? They can either make or break us. And, I was at my breaking point in life and I reached out to my birds and I just held on, dude. So it was my love of the birds that had me starting about it. And I've always been like this, man. You guys know how we talk even off camera. We just, I love my birds 24/7. So I figured with social media, why not spread that brotherly love?
Yeah, bro, that's just the thing. I love the fact that, you speak positivity to the fact that you came to the tailgate. I recall it exactly. You came to the tailgate and, I saw this guy sitting over there or standing over there, and I'm like, all right, I've seen this guy before. And then, hey, we kicked it off, I introduced myself to you and I felt like, it was just the perfect, opportunity to go ahead and show such as yourself, like, and everybody else that comes to these 4th and Jawn tailgates, like, it's all about having fun. We're one big family. If it's your first day there, welcome to the family. That's the type of attitude that, we definitely wanted to have. And, you were like the perfect person to go ahead and show that to. And like the rest was history. I'm saying? We kicked it off. We were chilling. And look, now here we are. Each got our own podcast going. And, we're killing it. So
dude,
that says a lot,
that
bro.
Picture. Oh, my God. Dude. All right. You guys are you're killing me right now. Getting me right in the heart. That was a fantastic year for me. I went through a lot, not just, in the hospital, but when I got out, had to try to keep recuperating. Even just being able to walk, had an inguinal hernia that was the size of a watermelon. Not fun. As soon as I got that off, though, you guys were all there for me, and it was, hey, let's get you to a game. Let's get you to a game. It was just nonstop, and I was like, dude, if my health would have persisted, I would have totally done it, and I did. And as soon as I did, wow, you guys, and I told you, I said, I don't drink anymore or anything, I really can't with my cirrhosis. Am I gonna fit? No, dude, it's not about that. Like, just please come, please. I'm like, all right, I don't want to be the weirdo. I came, and I'm telling you what, for anybody that's feeling like they wouldn't fit in, you will. If you love the birds, it's family. I walked in, and right away it was, hey, want something to eat? You want something to drink? And it was, I had a water in my hand, a piece of pizza. I'm like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden I saw the Prime mask, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Prime. I've been talking to him, but never got to meet him. So I walked up to you, man. And I'll be real with you. I always tell this story to people because how genuine you were. And I walked up, and literally it was within the first 5 minutes. And I just kind of felt like, oh, who am I going to talk to? And boom, there you were. You made me feel at home. You made sure I had the food. Dude, it was you. So I love you, dude. And ever since then, we've just kept growing as a family. And that goes to all you guys too. Like, even Moira, everybody. Like, I know your guys' names. Like, I love that. And I can't wait. This pandemic sucked. I had 1 year, finally got back out to life, got to see you guys, meet you. And then I had to be stuck inside because of my health. I can't wait. And just for anybody wondering, Little Prime is a part of the show because we got Vegas on our mind.
We are definitely sacrificing for the team, man. But little man's here. He's representing Daddy today. You can see the Prime shirt. All right, he's all about it. Showing him what this is all about. But yeah, man. Just hearing the positivity, just knowing that the fact that us, myself, Gail, Evan, that we were able to go ahead and make a difference, especially in your life, man. And that's what we always focus on every week when it came to those tailgates. We always made sure that the pizzas were there, the drinks were there. The hospitality was there, and then that everybody was good. It was always about having a good environment around us, and we definitely focused on that. And I was really happy about it, man. And the turnouts were just incredible. But damn, bro, this is that time of the year. We got through the draft. Let's touch upon that a little bit. The fact that we got Devontae Smith, for damn sure. That was like the ace in the hole right there. But I definitely don't want to go ahead and put the rest of the draft picks in the back burner. But how do you feel about everything?
Oh, man, I was a big fan of the draft. That we put in that work. And this year over at 4th of Jawn, hopefully you guys out there were able to check everything we did, from the videos to the articles to the interviews with players. It was awesome. Just getting that deep dive. And, we always love the draft and put in work. But now stuck inside, we had the live shows, everybody tuning in. Dude, just fantastic time. So I was excited going into it. But I was also very well aware that the Eagles are in a retooling period, whatever you want to call it, rebuilding. We needed to look at this as a couple-year plan, maybe a few-year plan. What we did was we traded out of the 6th pick. Everyone was upset, but we traded back into the top 10. Only had to give up a 3rd rounder, kept that 1st rounder, still got what you mentioned in a stud, Devontae Smith. Then you went and you made sure for the future, got a replacement for Jason Kelce. I understand he's got injury history. Regardless, he would have been a top 20 pick if he were healthy. Then you talk about, the next pick, another one where everybody, why would you take a defensive tackle? Well, Fletcher Cox got a $20 million cap hit, and it's not like he and Javon Hargrave are getting any younger. I think Milton Williams is a great rotational piece of this defense. Loved the pick, as well as Tuipulotu, more of a run stopper at defensive tackle. You added a corner, more of an inside guy. So I understand the strife there from people because we wanted an outside corner. But let's be real. He's going to be a stud in the middle, and we can add someone like Steven Nelson in free agency. That'd be great. Love the Kenneth Gainwell pick I just saw there. We talked about adding him or Demetric Felton. Yes, going to be a perfect Nyheim Hines type back that Nick Sirianni had over in Indianapolis. I think he's going to be a stud. We love Miles Sanders, but we know this is a league that you need to run the ball still, and we do it with multiple backs here now with Nick Sirianni. So go ahead, Kenny Gainwell. Can't wait to see what he does. Beyond that, Jacoby Stevens, a hybrid linebacker type safety guy. cannot wait to see what he does on this team. I think he could really see the field day one because we need linebacker help desperately. And then I just saw, Teron Jackson, but also Patrick Johnson, the two edge rushers at the end of the draft. We talked about Teron Jackson pretty highly here at 4th and Jawn before the draft. I'm very, very excited about him, and he's going to be rocking 75. We talked about him taking over that Vinny Curry role. How odd. But he's doing that for his brother who passed away from leukemia at the age of 12. Add 7 and 5, that's 12. That's why he did it. I love that, man. And then you talk about Patrick Johnson. This is very intriguing because they're listing him as a linebacker, but we talked about him being an edge rusher. Is he a defensive end in the old defense with Jim Schwartz? Yes, but we don't know what we have here, and it sounds like we're going to have a stand-up rusher, which would be Patrick Johnson as a backup to Derek Barnett and then Jannard Avery. So going to be very intrigued to see how this defense is, but I thought we added some great pieces, and what you have to look at, you added a first rounder next year and got an additional 5th by trading that 6th and 7th to Washington. So all around, I gave that draft an A-, and I was really excited about it at the end.
Good observation, man. Listen, right there, you guys just saw it for your hands for yourself what Jimmy actually how ongoing he goes. Like, man, the man's just like nonstop. He could just break it down. He could spend all day doing this, and again, that's why I just I build, or I get from you guys. The enthusiasm, the energy you guys bring to the table when it comes to this stuff. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, Jimmy. You give it an A-. I said a B yesterday. It's still a good grade. It is what it is. But the fact
it's a wait and see kind of thing.
It is, like just the fact that, how I am, man. I got to see it. I got to see the proof in the pudding. So this is what the season is going to be all about. Seeing these guys get on the field, do some damage, see what they're all about. And then, hey, I'll be the one to go ahead and tell you, like, my bad. I should have gave it an A- just like Jimmy did.
But I like that you keep me grounded, Prime. Somebody's got it. I get a little too ahead of myself sometimes, like you said, when we moved back to 12. But I'll never forget that show because you were so pissed off about the fact that we moved behind the Cowboys and Giants. And it was like, we got to move in front. Who knew we'd trade with the Cowboys? I bet your brother loved that.
Oh, man. It was definitely a highlight for me. Just the fact, like, I was one of those guys that just was, like, in shock. Like, holy shit, we just actually traded with our nemesis. But, hey, it all worked out. We worked together to go ahead and piss off the Giants, so I was okay with that. So it is what it is, man. But, yesterday, another big day for us. We were like, oh, shit, some more Christmas presents are coming. And here we got the schedule. The day started off with, a few league games that were getting put out there. But everybody just kept on, like, bugging me about this Vegas trip, man. And I'm like, yeah. I'm definitely trying to go ahead and make Vegas. And the proof is right here where I'm sacrificing having little man with me on this iPod, on the podcast. So, So, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, man, touching upon the schedule, like, what do you see? Like, how you feeling about everything?
You've seen PFF says this is, the easiest schedule because it's based off of last year's, whatever. I saw something else today that said based on what the teams look like this year, we have about the 15th hardest. Those things are all projections, just like we're giving projections on the players. This is just for fun. So to me, projection wise, I really think we could be a 500 team. We could go 9-8. Weird. We got to add another game now. But this team, there's some matchups that we could definitely win. Atlanta, we're going to face Kyle Pitts. You got Trey Lance. Obviously, the Dallas is going to be interesting. Kansas City. Carolina, we get J.C. Horn, Devontae Smith. That's going to be nuts. Tom Brady again. This is going to be fun. So to me, even right off the bat, we have been getting what feels like kicked in the face profusely the last few years by the Eagles. We just want to find some joy. And then with this whole pandemic thing, it was just like last year, yeah, Howie, thanks. All we needed was a little bit of peace from our birds. And we go 4-11-1. And it was possibly the hardest season I could have ever watched, just with all the talent we wasted. And then Doug's gone. Carson's gone. So we're all feeling down in the dumps. What I'm going to say is I'm ready for the excitement. We might win 6. We might win 5. But, hey, as long as we win more than 4, I'll be happy. But I want to feel excited about these young guys. I want to see what we're building toward. And we talk about the fact that the salary cap's going up next year. We have more cap space next year. A lot of these, the players in the draft next year look really good. So we're rebuilding for the next couple of years. So maybe we get a good draft pick next year. But I think this season, I wouldn't be too mad if we don't have the greatest of seasons. I'd like another couple great draft picks, and I'd also like to see the Colts fail, and also the first round pick from the Dolphins. So go ahead and fail yourselves. But this season, I'm excited. But looks like some fun trips is what I think we should touch on, and I think you were going to ask me about next.
Yeah.
That is correct.
That's definitely the breakdown what I would like to go ahead and do, because I know we spent most of the podcast yesterday on 4th of Jawn talking about how we're going to be effective with some of these games. But starting off with the very first game of the season, Atlanta, man. A couple years ago we were back in Atlanta. We had a great time. That was the icing on the cake with the scooters. If you haven't heard that story yet,
I love it.
Going to Atlanta. Evan was the one that put me onto these scooters because he was a daredevil that day. Decided to go do all types of crazy stuff out on the streets, and then when I see this guy on a scooter, I'm like, damn, dude, like I need to get one.
Evil Knievel.
Yeah. So once I got on that baby, it was a wrap. I didn't stay off those things, and I got around the city with them. But the hospitality, the people there, and the food was great. The environment was great. So I'm definitely wanted to say that I would love to go back to Atlanta. So that's definitely a key thing for me. But what about you? Like, you ever been to Atlanta? Like, any?
No, there's a few on this schedule where, just even hearing your guys' stories, it makes me want to go more than, hearing anybody else. It's like, I want to go to every game I can possibly go to.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily Detroit, but that actually would be cool to go there, to be real with you. I know it'd be cold, but dude, we're Philly fans. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, I love traveling, period. But I've passed through, but I've never really got to enjoy. I think, with things opening up, the fact that, we've been locked down, especially, I am going stir crazy here, like really, really going crazy. So it's like, I just want to get out, and now I'm going to want to travel even more. Yeah, that's how I felt. Exactly. Well, I haven't felt that way, but watching people in my community have made me feel that way. So, but it's like, I can't wait to get out. I think Atlanta would be a very awesome time. You guys made it seem like it was one of the best, and it's ATL, man. I would love to get the opportunity, and I think anybody thinking about it, let's do all we can to get together, head to these road games, and let's take over these stadiums. How awesome it was the Super Bowl year where we were just taking over everyone. You know what I mean? We got to get back to that, man. We got to get back to showing people why we're the best fans in the world.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And the other thing is too is just taking that 4th of Jawn environment with us everywhere we go. It doesn't stop just at our home games. When we go away, we go and we show that love. We show other opposing fans that we can go ahead and have a great time, whether if it's just amongst ourselves or even including them. There's gonna be some shit talking in there. And trust me, I've shown that part of. I don't have no problem talking shit to people. So I expect it when you see me, but it's just all about bringing that positivity right along with us, just to show people that it's the same thing, that if you guys were to ever come back to our home, we're going to show you the same love. But our next road game after that would be against our rivalries, the Dallas Cowboys. I've been there once, it's a great time. I did a surprising tour with my brother the Saturday before, and they pretty much wanted to kick me out of that stadium because of the way I was acting. Disrespecting the star, disrespecting the logo, disrespecting the mascot. I forgot what his name was, but he approached me, went toe to toe with him, gave him the look. It's always, I'm not going to show no love to the Cowboys. So let's get that straight. But it was a great time. Don't get me wrong. Interacted with the fans. I had my brother with me, so I did it for him. Surprised him with the tour. We went to the game the very next day, but of course, he had the last laugh because we ended up losing that game with Jason Witten's game-winning overtime touchdown. Yeah, so it is what it is. But trust me, the experience is great. So I highly recommend going to the Dallas Cowboys game.
I would. I hate them so much that I would love to go to their house and just let them know exactly how. Because throughout my entire life, since childhood, I have dealt with these pompous clowns coming into our stadium, and like you just mentioned, it's not going to be us. You know what I mean? Like, we bring that brotherly love. Like, we're all about having a good time, but you're always going to have those people trying to, and it's Cowboys fans. It's like, what do you think when you come to an Eagles game and you like start talking crap? People will have fun and rib with you. Like, we have a good time, but it's like, don't take it too far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to go there and do that. I don't want to take it far. I want to have fun. I want to show them, like you just mentioned, you know what I mean? I want to go meet whoever his name is, Cowboy Curtis, the mascot. I want to let him know, you know what I mean? Put your prime mask on. Dude, I would be more than down to go to that stadium because it looks nuts. So I'm sure it's fun.
Absolutely, man. It's definitely a great time. The next away game there, and I've talked to the guys about even making this a road trip, is the Carolina Panthers game. Never been. It's definitely one that I have on my schedule to go ahead and make something happen. I saw a comment on there. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore Sean. Yeah, we were at Mulligan's a couple years ago watching that New Orleans, that spanking that we ended up taking. But you know what? The great time that we had in that place, the love that everybody was showing us, definitely made us not even think about the game, not even worry about the game. We kind of already knew what the outcome was. We were pretty much Drew Brees' bitch that day, so it was what it is what it is. But it was a great time. I'll definitely be looking forward to going back over there. But yeah, man, touching upon that Carolina game, again, like it's something that I would definitely go ahead and make a road trip, have a good time. I'm pretty sure they could go ahead and get it in over there, and I've been
to the Carolinas both. I've never been to the stadium, but yeah, I would definitely recommend that one.
All right, yeah. I mean, I know.
Anyways,
I know Carolina is a pretty decent place. You know what I mean? So I would definitely go ahead and consider one of those as a traveling spot.
Oh, yeah, dude. And you get to see J.C. Horn versus Devontae Smith. That's going to be a great rookie matchup. I think that the Panthers game would be really fun. I know they've got some wild fans. I think people sleep on them, but I think that'd be a really entertaining game to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. Then, of course, the next away game would be that, that one that I'm just like doing everything and anything possible to make happen. And that's that Raiders game, man. The Vegas trip that everybody is talking about. I mean, I think that's pretty much been the talk for the past 2 days. Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Everybody is trying to go ahead and make Vegas. I'm not sure if you saw, these ticket prices are like sky high, man.
Like 800 some for a nosebleed, man. I'm thinking about fighting a bear, selling a kidney, doing something here.
I saw a comment for somebody saying, look, I'm going to be sitting with the Lord and I'm still paying this much money.
Wow, that's great.
I thought that was pretty classic.
That's good.
What I'm saying? Yeah, man. But I'm definitely big on getting to Vegas. I'm hoping that you're going to go ahead and try to join us.
I'm telling you, I will do everything and anything I possibly can. That is going to be the most. We're going to get a W too, so we're going to smack them right in the mouth in their new little party house, and I would love to be a part of it.
Absolutely, man. I gotta have your energy there with me. You know what I mean? Look, I forgot to even mention this, bro. You got my daughter with the like she says it from a distance, and I look at her like, yeah, she's been listening to the podcast a whole lot.
Yeah, some people they like oh yeah, and it's like, hey, I used to be a metal singer, so I let that part out when I did Go Birds. I like.
Yeah,
say less.
You'll hear me.
The one after that would be Detroit. You had mentioned earlier about
Motor City, man. I mean, why not check it out? I like traveling. Like I said, I'd check it out. I've never been there. I'm sure there'd be some fun stuff to do. It'd be freezing cold, but I'm all about it, dude. And maybe Barry Sanders would be there. Maybe I could run into him. I got to actually, as a kid, when he was at the vet, I got to wave to him one time and he waved at us. I was like, yeah, go Eagles. I'll never forget that. I'm like, why did you do that to Barry Sanders? But love the guy. Maybe you'd get to meet him. I'd be down.
No, that would definitely be. I was a Barry Sanders fan back in the day, man. I mean, the guy was the truth. So yeah, that would be a great experience to go ahead and run into him. So I mean, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. That would be something worth going to Detroit for. And I mean, I've been watching Detroit Stadium on turkey games. For pretty much my whole life. So it's like, yeah, I wouldn't even mind being in the building just to see what it would be like. So I would definitely take that chance.
Yeah, for sure.
The one after that, let's see. We got the Broncos, the Denver Broncos. Looks like we're going to be traveling to Denver. Mile House Stadium, man. At one point, I had family that lived over there, but they're no longer there. So I mean, I don't even know where to begin when it comes to Denver.
I wouldn't know where to begin when I got there. So, yes, please show an 80s show. That's awesome. I just helped my stepdad who had a radio station when I was a kid. I'd do commercials. That's great. Love it. Killing me. I appreciate that, Trey. Yes, I know it's a little wild there. Todd, thank you. But yeah, dude, Denver would be awesome. I have wanted to go to Colorado for a while. I would love to go skiing, all the fun activities they got over there in Denver. Count me in. Dude, that's another one. I'll do what I can, everything I can to get there.
Yeah, for sure. We know. Definitely talking about getting it in and doing some crazy shit. We know Evan. That's definitely one on his map to go because when I tell you
Poor
this dude, oh man, yeah, when I tell you he's a daredevil, like
no, he is. He loves skiing. Poor dude breaking his hips and he's a wild man, dude.
He probably might find another reason to go ahead and do it again, knowing him. Like
I'll be with him.
All right. After that, it looks like back to our normal division schedule. So we're going to be traveling to New York for the Giants.
2
Been
weeks
there.
around then.
Yeah. Been there, done that, you know what I mean? But you know what? I will keep visiting that stadium on and on and on just so I could be there and give it to those Giants fans, man. They can't handle me, man. So I would definitely go ahead and take advantage of that anytime I could.
I try to explain to people, if you haven't had the opportunity, even just an Eagles-Giants game, regardless if it's at the Link or if it's at MetLife, you have to realize Eagles-Cowboys, Cowboys, a couple come and they, you got some banner there, it's whatever. There is nothing like an Eagles-Giants game, especially with the fans. That's the most animosity that you will see at a game. I don't think people that haven't gone to games realize that, think of your hometown or the city rivalry. That's what this is. They're right next door. We hate their damn guts. Head to that stadium and have yourself a great time letting them know how much the Giants suck.
Absolutely. And 2 years ago, I went with I tagged along with Gail, and we went to that game, I believe, that determined the NFC East championship. Nice. I can't exactly remember it, but it led to the NFC East championship that year. But whatchamacallit, we ended up being there, and I'm in the middle of these Giants fans, and I'm telling you, dude, they were tired of me. You know what I mean? I was giving it to them, especially the fact that, they thought they had it in the bag, and, that wasn't the outcome. Again, I just love, going against these Giants fans. They talk shit. Some of them can't, handle it, but hey, whatever, man, bring it. That's all I can say.
Well,
They just leave us alone.
That is the best thing ever. I'll be real with you. I love those kind of fans, the Giants, Cowboys, because most of them, well, not so much Giants fans, but Cowboys. I love bandwagon fans. I love being able to go to them and be like, hey, why don't you let me know about who your offensive line is? And then they know absolutely nothing. So, yeah, those are always fun for me, man.
And then right after that, here we go. This is what they look like. And that's exactly what it is. They leave. I start yelling at them like, yo, where you going? The game's not even over. You know what I mean? I'm that dude. You know what I mean? I'm going to let them know.
Yeah, that's what kind of fans they are. They're right there.
Yeah, that right there shows it all. We're right back in the stadium the very next week against the Jets. Hey, look, I used to actually like a few players on the Jets back in the day. Curtis Martin, Wayne Quebec. You know what I mean? It wasn't the Giants. So I thought I was okay to, actually show some love to that New York team. And the fact that, when I was younger, I was just always focusing on the colors. They had green and white just like we did. So, I showed them some love. But, I definitely would look forward to going back just to see them play against the Jets. I went there a couple years ago for a preseason game. Of course, it wasn't the same because you had those backup players in there, but seeing our actual starters going at it in New York, that'd be one that I could go ahead and definitely check off for the year.
Oh, yes. I'd love to go see that game. Not a big fan of their new quarterback. I'd love to see the Eagles smack up on them. So head on back to MetLife again to watch a second New York team lose in their house. I'd be down with that.
Yeah, man. And, the last away game will be against another rivalry team, the Washington Redskins. The fact that, they ended up taking the division last year, I feel like going into this season, we have to kind of redeem ourselves, show them, especially, with Jalen being our quarterback now. I think this kid will go ahead and definitely spark it up against them. I'm not going to go ahead and doubt them or anything like that because they got a great defense. And, Ron Rivera is one of my favorite coaches of all time. The fact that he's a Washington Redskins coach is like, what the hell?
I know.
Yeah.
Hate it.
So that right there sucks. But, you know, I've been there various times. You know, we've taken over. To me, I feel like it's going to just be another home game added onto the schedule for us. So, you know, I definitely look forward to Washington games because of the fact that, again, it's like being at home.
Oh, dude, I've never been there, but I saw your guys when you were there. All those pictures, that was the best. Nigel Bradham running that, that sealed the game, running back that was it fumble maybe for a touchdown, maybe an interception.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys took over that place, man. So,
and I actually remember that. You know, I mean, the crazy part was that I wasn't at that game. I gave up that ticket. Shout out to JT. You know, what I mean, and JT ended up going for me that day, and I ended up letting him have it, and he got the experience that with Gail and the rest of the guys.
That's what we're all about here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know what I mean? That's just the thing. You go ahead and spread that love.
Well,
and,
that picture you showed, that was somebody giving me a ticket when I was with you guys.
Okay, there you go. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about, man. This is what this whole segment, this whole platform is all about. Just bringing, you know, other fans to the platform just to see how much we could get along, what it's all about, the love that we all share and everything. And like you had mentioned earlier, man, with your story and with your background, it pretty much says a lot, man. But you know, I definitely want to, there it is, man. That was classic. The things made headlines. I think it made daily news papers and everything. Gail, that blew up his head. That pretty much for like that whole month. He felt like he was superstar status.
Well, I remember I tagged
he had
him.
Every right. He had every right.
Oh, I tagged him.
She.
Oh, it's perfect.
He had every right, man. He had every right.
For sure.
But look, man, Jimmy, again, man, I wish you all the best. You know, we're here every day with each other, you know what I mean? But me speaking from the heart, dude, you're killing it. Keep on killing it. I feed off of your energy, the stats, you know what I mean? You breaking down, you know, everything that you do pretty much about these Eagles, man. You make me, you know, I get into it even more and more, man. And like I mentioned earlier, you even got my kids now feeding off the energy too. So, you know, I definitely, you know, congratulate you, man. And I want to thank you again, man, for taking time to go ahead and be on Rolling with Prime tonight. You know, stay tuned. Look forward to more coming from Jimmy because, you know, I mean, he's with us a lot on the podcast, you know, speaking a lot about the Eagles, and you see like different sides of this, man, when it comes to the Birds.
That's the truth, man. It brings out the best and worst in all of us, right, man? I'm just that extension of insanity.
Absolutely, man. Well, with that being said, you know, I want to thank all you guys for tuning in for another Rolling with Prime. You know, I'm going to go ahead and most likely probably be back in a couple weeks. I know I was trying to go ahead and do this on a weekly basis, but I got some things coming up. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and probably be back in a couple weeks for hopefully episode 4. We'll go ahead and work on our next guest on that. But other than that, I just want to thank you again for taking the time being with me tonight, man. And, you know, I appreciate you. And, you know, we're going to keep this thing going for the rest of the season, bro. All right. Well, with that being said, I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Thank you very much. Go Birds.